welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, you know the drill. Subscribe to this channel, like it, share with your friends, and most importantly, I think I already said subscribe. So today is a cooking video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make Nigerian jollof rice. I'll be showing you guys from step 1 to step 100 and giving you guys tips that will basically take your jollof rice from 0 to 100. And yeah, if you're interested in making some Nigerian jollof rice with me, then continue watching. To start off, you need some fresh tomatoes. I usually like, the first process I like doing before making any jollof rice is to make the stew and then make the jollof rice. So I like to use fresh tomatoes, you know, in addition to the tomato paste that I'm going to be using. So I use this and then go ahead and use the tomato paste itself. So let's just cut all that into our blender. Some fresh tomatoes. So you can't just dump it inside. You need to cut it into 4. So I like to do this: cut it into 4 and then put it inside. Whenever I'm being extra, whenever I cut it, sorry babe, I like to squeeze out the water. That way it saves us some cooking time. So because we have lots of time in our hands, I'm just going to go ahead and cut. I would also put onions, but because I want the tomatoes that we're blending are a lot, I'll put the onions at the end so that, you know, everything mixes together. So I'm going to cover this and bring out the bottom parts, stick it on. Blending it completely smooth. I like to see like some particles of tomato paste. I'm just going to go ahead and pour this into the pot that we used earlier on and then continue like that. So I'm going to blend the rest of the tomatoes and then come back and show you guys the rest of the video. So this is how much it looks. It actually looks a lot, but by the time it boils down and the excess water dries up, you're going to see the actual quantity. So the reason why we're boiling this is to get rid of that sour tomato taste that you would usually have when you're like eating tomato itself. So yeah, this is basically it. Our fish is almost done. I like to make it crispy, like very dried, so that's why it's still on fire. This has been cooking for over, I would say, 20-30 minutes. Even though there's still a bit of water in, like looking at it, you can still see water, but I can still see that the tomato has already cooked already. So next step is to pour groundnut oil and fry tomato. So I'm using the groundnut oil that I used to fry the fish and to fry the plantain. So I'm just going to pour everything inside. And the secret to a good stew that would last for a very long time, and also a good secret to, like, ever wondered why you put stew somewhere, you know, you don't have to put it in the fridge or freezer and then the next day it's not going to spoil, it's still going to look and taste really good. It's the oil. So the more oil you add, the more, so the oil basically serves as a preservative for the stew. So I'm just going to add that, stir it a bit, and just leave it to fry. I'm going to dye some onions and add into the, because I forgot to add. So the reason why I didn't add the onions earlier was because if I had added it to the, you know, the diced onions, I mean, if I had added it at the very beginning, it's going to overcook. And you know, onions kind of like adds this to whatever you're cooking. So I like to make sure that it's the last thing I add whenever I'm making stew. So while this is frying, I'm just going to cover it so that it doesn't splatter. I'm going to be using tomato paste, and because of the quantity of the sauce, I'm going to be using 2 thin tomato, and the tomato paste that I'm using is the Market Pantry tomato paste. I'll be using 2 of it. You can see the steam already coming out. Yeah, at this point I'm going to go ahead and add my tomato paste. So just stirring it to make sure that the tomato paste that we added, that everything has blended with the sauce itself. So I know that it looks like there's no oil in it, and that's because it's boiling at the highest temperature. Once you leave it to settle, you'd see the oil now start surfacing, you know, come to the surface. Cover it back up so that it really fries. So just gonna leave it to fry properly, and then we'll come back and add the rest of the ingredients. It's already burning inside, and it's splattering everywhere. So I'm just gonna cover it, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna use that as an opportunity to I usually just eyeball it and just stop whenever my mind tells me to stop. So I'm gonna add some thyme. Some more pepper, because we like our food very spicy. So this is grinded Cameroon pepper. Just gonna add that. Then you want to add salt, and then you want to be very careful when adding the salt. So this is enough. Again, I just eyeballed it. I like to also add this. This is called spicy tea. What this does is that I just really like that it gives that redness to your stew, to your jollof rice. So I'm just gonna add. Next, I'm gonna be using Knorr cubes, and I'll be using about 3 of this. So I don't bother breaking them because it's a waste of time. It won't break. These ones are so hard, like rocks. So fortunately, we now have the powdered one, so it's a lot better. I'm just gonna stir everything together. So the taste is good. I just tasted it. The amount of pepper I also added is very good. Actually too much. I'm just going to add the fish stock. Actually no, I'm just going to add a little bit of the fish stock and save the rest for the rice that we're going to make. So just a little, stir it so that it has the fish taste. So everything is good. I just noticed that it still has that tomato paste taste. So I'm going to cover it up.
The less money you're going to spend down the road, the less time you're going to spend.
Cover it and allow it to fry properly, and then once it's done, I'm just going to add the fish just to have that coat it with some sauce, and yeah, then we'll go into the jollof rice. And as you can see, it's ready and it tastes so good. I'm scared to open it so it doesn't start on my face. I'm just going to go ahead and turn the gas off. This is where I'll be storing the stew, and I'll be leaving some in the pot for the jollof rice. Can you see how red the oil is? This is correct stew. So for jollof rice, just as if you're making stew again. A lot of spice. This is not compulsory. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add the fish stock.
Where we want to set up the camera and get our composition all dialed in. So down has a desk set up here, a pretty standard desk. He's up against the wall. He has some nice background stuff here. When I'm looking for where to set things up, the first thing I'm looking for is to create some.
So I usually add water in small quantity. I prefer the rice to be hard than for it to be soft. So it's at this point I like to add all my seasoning and make sure that everything cooks together. So let's add some seasoning. Perfect, it tastes really good. So I'm just going to cover this, and so I'm going to cover it and allow it to boil. So while that is boiling, I'm going to go ahead and wash my rice. So this is another way to really look at the color. So when you bring it out like this, you would see the color that is going to look like when it's done cooking. So I'm okay with this. If you're not satisfied with it, once you're done cooking, you can also take from the stew that you made earlier and just put it on it when it's done, and just warm it up for a little bit so that it looks more red. So this is basically it. Just to add extra taste, I'm going to add 2 bay leaves, these 2. So once we've done that, I'll put it on low, medium rather, and allow it to cook. So another thing I like to also do is to put foil on it, but that's kind of like a waste of paper. But once you just put it on low, you're good to go. You don't need to do all that extra ceremony. So I'm just giving it a quick stir because the water was drying up.
So on your level, they're sitting pretty nice there between -18, -6. Actually, just going to roll a sample for you. So down, go ahead and give me a little sample microphone from the straight.
So I'm just going to add very tiny little amounts of water.
Today I'm on bike. I went to school today and I ate my lunch. Today I was riding my bike.
So listen back to that audio and you can see how much echo reverb it picks up. So it's so important.
So I did go ahead and use a nylon to cover the pot, just to trap in the steams, and you can see that, you know, it did the job.